Hi, Preeya.
Hi, Nora.
I am so glad that you are able to join us today. Thank you so much for offering to be here to talk to us for this project for International Women's Day. As you know, we're talking to women from our community who have, as I put it, challenged the status quo a little, and I couldn't think of anybody more fitting for that description than you, Preeya.
Thank you. I'm one of those women who thrive in crisis. I thrive with challenge. So what I tend to do is actually throw myself into those sorts of roles, really to push my own boundaries.
What do you think has created that need for you or that drive in you to challenge yourself like that so constantly?
I come from the caste of warriors. So
Oh, really?
I feel for me that it's in my blood. Like, I don't think there's any other way that I can possibly be.
So there's no fight that you've just walked away from?
Yeah, I don't think there ever has been one. And I was an amateur boxer as well, so I really fought.
You really
Yes.
embraced that.
Yeah, I'll be honest, it's not easy. There have been moments where I felt crushed, and there's probably still moments that I could admit to where I do feel that sense of defeat. I am a survivor of sexual violence, of incest, as well as another experience of rape. The accused person in my case was acquitted. So that really made things very difficult for my family.
How hard was that for you to hear?
I can tell you at this point, I was shocked. I didn't speak for a week. What do I say?
Yeah.
It was disappointing.
Where did you get your strength from?
I think there's so many different sources, and I think it kind of changes over time. My daughters are an incredible source of strength, and I sometimes don't think they know they are, but I want them to know that they are.
Are they warriors too?
Oh yes, fierce.
Fierce?
Yes, I think far more than I am.
You mentioned that it was 30 years ago when you first sort of connected with the justice system.
Yes.
What was that experience like for you at that point in time?
I went to court where a lot of people in the South Asian community were supporting the accused person. And so I had a courtroom full of men, and particularly South Asian men with power and influence, who sat and heard my testimony. You know, it was just, and I was only 16, 15 at the time. I gave testimony, probably about 6 hours worth over 2 days, cross-examination, and standing. There was no seat that was offered at that point.
How much of that experience do you think had influence on your career path? Because it seems almost full circle, right? You had that difficult experience so young, and yet, as you say, here you are working basically in the same ministry that you initially had that struggle with.
Yes, it's had a huge influence on me in terms of the kind of work that I chose to do. So powerful in terms of my own healing journey, to recognize that I can work with, you know, people who have committed sort of the same sort of crime that was committed against me, and being able to find the compassion and the empathy to help people, because that's what it was all about for me. I didn't go in to this kind of work thinking, oh, like I'm gonna change the world, or, you know, have this ideal that I'll be able to change the whole system. But I certainly know that I've made a difference in people's lives. That's when I knew in my healing that I moved from survivor to thriver, because I knew that I could do that work and do it well.